back to living in the San Francisco Bay Area. Today we are checking out North Beach in San Francisco, one of my favorite neighborhoods. We are going to go do a little drive around, go through the tunnel, and then walk around the neighborhood and show you North Beach and then some of the surrounding neighborhoods as well, so you can get a lay of the land for what to expect for architecture in terms of housing and what there is to do and see around this super fun part of San Francisco. I'm Andrea West. I've been a realtor since 2010 and I'm a Bay Area native. I'm originally from Marin. I've lived in San Francisco and currently live in the East Bay, so I know the Bay Area from both sides of the bridge. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. My contact information is below, and I have a QR code in my banner to book a Zoom meeting with me. Let's get going into North Beach. Take a little walk down Broadway. We've got dumplings over here and a dim sum lounge, a little Szechuan over there, urban curry right there, Garden of Eden there. You'll actually notice lots of different businesses in North Beach. So checking out more of Broadway, you will see there across the street Garden of Eden, next to urban curry and then little Szechuan. Over there was a dumpling place, and this is the Beat Museum. So Jack Kerouac used to frequent North Beach, so there's lots of Jack Kerouac memorabilia. Kind of like commemorative bars, and there's even an alley for him that they named Jack Kerouac Alley. So checking out right here next to the Beat Museum, you will see the Basque Hotel, and it says 15 Romolo. 15 Romolo is one of my favorite cocktail bars in the city. It's got a lot of that very original kind of Victorian charm with kind of more of like a modern upscale vibe on the inside. This is one of the really fun corners that I love about North Beach. Some flying books. There's a really great band out on the street today. And then you can see right there is Chinatown. Chinatown butts up right against North Beach. So you can walk right over here across the street and it is a totally different vibe. Really fun, beautiful, very different kind of like culture and atmosphere, all right here next to a very different North Beach. So if you want to go get yourself some Asian food and then go out to a cocktail bar or a cafe after, this is your spot. Looking down the street there, that is the Broadway Tunnel. Now this is taking you back west into the city. So if you were to take the Broadway Tunnel, that would take you over into Russian Hill, over into Polk Gulch, and then over into like Cow Hollow, and then up into Pacific Heights if you went far enough. And then this way you're back into downtown. Since a lot of these parklets, these became really popular during the pandemic. Restaurants were able to make these pop outs into the street to serve dinner and drinks, and a lot of people still come out and eat at them. So now here we're at the corner of Leo and Columbus. Columbus is probably one of the more busy streets in terms of traffic, being a thoroughfare. Got a hardware store here. Next to that is Capo's, really great Italian food, same owner of Tony's Pizzeria. Famous Tony's, we'll go check out that in a second. Across the street is the Sinking Rose, very popular with out-of-towners. Probably a little less popular with us locals, but that's okay. A really fun experience nonetheless. Coming up Vallejo to Grant. Now, Grant kind of runs parallel to, they kind of do a V with Columbus. So the two do intersect, but they kind of run parallel at this point. So both Grant and Columbus are really busy streets. Grant, you can see though, is a much more narrow street. It's one way, so there's a lot less traffic. It's not quite as noisy. And you get a lot of bars over here on Grant. My brother-in-law, who has worked at many of the restaurants and bars throughout the city, and especially North Beach. So we get to check them all out. Super fun. Coming down this way, you can see this is Grant. It's got a little bit more of that kind of like small street, cute alley sort of charm to it. Really cute. You get a clothier, Nepalese restaurant, a lot of bakeries, and a lot of dessert places throughout North Beach as well. And again, another one of these fun little parklets. We're heading down Green toward Columbus now, and you'll see a lot of this is Golden Boy Pizza, very popular. You just go get a slice or take a pizza home. You see much more of like a beatnik, punk vibe on this one. And then you'll see it next to Soda, which is like a little more of an upscale seafood restaurant. And Gino and Carlo, which you can see is a little bit more of like a pub kind of traditional look. So it's definitely one of those neighborhoods where you've got a little bit of something for everybody. Lots of these restaurants are very family friendly. A lot of the bars are not. That should be, you know, expected. The Columbus Cafe, really more of like a pub dive bar. You'll see lots of dogs, some kids. There's some really fun stuff to do in North Beach. There's a great playground and family-friendly area as well. Back on Columbus, we're on Green and Columbus. And then this is Luke's Local Grocer. It's kind of like a boutique, higher-end, nice grocer. You can see this is not like a corner store. This is much nicer, high-end coffee and produce and organic fruits and vegetables and pet foods. Now down Columbus, which means we're getting closer to the Fisherman's Wharf, Pier 39 area. So Columbus goes there. We're going to take a little detour here on Stockton, and I'm going to go show you one of my favorite parts of North Beach. So here we are on Stockton, and just to show you, North Beach isn't entirely Italian food. We have got the North Beach Cantina here, so if you want tasty Mexican food, it's definitely available. I'm walking up here. This fun establishment with all the flags is Tony's famous pizzeria. Tony's has gone national. My brother-in-law worked for Tony's for many years. They've got amazing food, really tasty pizza. They're always super popular. They got Parklets on both sides, and there's usually a line around the corner. It's still a little bit early for dinner, so this is slow for them. You can tell here it's quite busy. Really fun place for locals and tourists alike. And then if you just want a slice, you can head over there to the slice house and just grab a slice of pizza. You don't need to wait in line and have a whole table to take away an amazing slice of Tony's Tasty Pizza. Original Joe's is right here on the corner of Stockton and Union, and Joe's has also embraced the outdoor dining experience and culture that San Francisco has embodied. You can see right there is Tony's, and right here is Joe's. This is a very busy intersection, especially on a popular night like a Friday or a Saturday. Beautiful inside, very kind of like old school dining and architecture, much more of that like classic family style ambiance. And then right across the street from both is beautiful Washington Square Park. You can see here, you have Tony's, got Original Joe's, and then Washington Square Park. And it's a beautiful day. It is sunny. North Beach is almost always warmer than, well, always on the warmer side is maybe what I should say. It's a great location. I'm closer to the bay side than the city side, so there's less fog here, gets a good amount of sun. And you're in close proximity to a lot of things. No wonder a lot of people love living in North Beach or around it. So here we are at Washington Square Park in North Beach. This is one of my favorite parks in San Francisco, and one of the oldest parks in San Francisco. It's established in the mid-1800s. It's been here for a long time. You can see the beautiful cathedral. Oh, look, it's time for the chimes to go off. That's the St. Peter and Paul Church. Beautiful, iconic cathedral here in Washington Square Park. You'll see people of all ages, lots of dogs and kids that come out here and have a really great time. It's a beautiful park. And you're right next to everything. Right over there by all the eateries, Original Joe's, Tony's Pizza. Then over there is Columbus. So super convenient if you want to go down and do some fun touristy stuff in Fisherman's Wharf, or head your way back up over into Chinatown. It's just a couple blocks. Right back here at the beginning, we're on Grant and Columbus. Over there is a saloon, La Pantera Cafe, Taqueria El Farolito if you want great Mexican food. This taqueria is also in the Mission District. So this is one of their other extensions of that. And that's going up there on Grant. Heading back the opposite way on Columbus, we're coming back up. Here you got Betty Lou's. It's like seafood, pizza by the slice, passing some Mexican food. Of course, the strip clubs as we head up to Broadway. Then we're going to cross Broadway and we're going to go see the other side of Columbus. That's closer to the financial district. We are walking now on Columbus down toward the financial district as opposed to toward Fisherman's Wharf. You'll see right here you've got Steady Lights Booksellers and Publishers. They are one of the iconic bookstores here in San Francisco. It's a really great place. Always good to support local bookstores. So I love going in there. Right next door, this is Vesuvio Cafe. Really great cocktail bar. This is one that Jack Kerouac frequented a lot. You can see right there, it shares an alley with Chinatown. So really fun. You get this beautiful historic building and then the Chinatown flags and Chinatown on the other side of that alley. And this is much more that kind of Victorian era throwback to Jack Kerouac and the history of this building. Arrow and palm reading, because why not? Another strip club, even though we are not on Broadway, we're pretty darn close. And there's the Adler Museum and Cafe over there. As we head down Columbus this way and get closer to the financial district, it becomes less touristy and more kind of like people hustle and bustle coming home from work. Some people just coming out into North Beach for a good time. More locals generally on this side just because there's less in terms of what sightseeing would offer over here unless they want to go to the financial district. Mr. Bing's Cocktail Lounge. As we come up here, I love the Comstock. It says it's a saloon. It's more of like your iconic, historic bar and restaurant. I've eaten there. It's amazing food, great service, kind of more traditional along the lines of like Original Joe's would be in terms of vibe and atmosphere. Got a dining room over here that's connected to it. You can see, super fun. Coming up here to Cafe Zoetrope, and this is one of my favorite buildings, great architecture. Beautiful paint job. And this kind of is, you'll see where it cuts off from North Beach per se to the financial district. This is kind of really where it starts to change. And over there, again, that's Chinatown, right? Like 1 block away, running adjacent to North Beach. That whole area is Chinatown that you're looking. And then over there is North Beach that you're looking. And over here is the financial district. So here we are at the foot of like the financial district over here by North Beach. And this is Columbus. Coming up Columbus there. Cafe Zoetrope there. Chinatown there. This is a fun thing you'll see in North Beach. So you'll see lots of like vintage, secondhand stores. Right here, more for like rock and roll, beatnik, punk kind of vibe. These beautiful murals down this alley that connects over to Chinatown. It is the year of the dragon, one of the most iconic zodiac years. The Chinese New Year's parade was so much fun this year. I took my kid. He was a little under 2 years old when we went earlier this year. Had a blast. So I'm walking up the hill right now on Union Street. I'm leaving North Beach behind me and I'm heading up into the hills of North Beach into more of the kind of the residential area. Now you can see around me there's a lot of like mixed use and multi-family housing in North Beach. And that's honestly most of it. I actually pulled data because I wanted to be right about my numbers. And since 2020 in proper North Beach, there have only been 4 single family houses that have sold. There have been hundreds of condos and TICs, but only 4 single family houses in like 4 years. That means there's just not very many here. So if you're looking for a single family house, North Beach may not offer you, highly likely will not offer you what you're looking for. Over here, if you want to be in North Beach, you're looking at condos, you're looking at TICs, which stands for tenancy in common, which is kind of a weird, TICs are kind of a blend between a condo and a co-op. And you can see this has just got that like really urban kind of old world meets new world vibe. Lots of things are in walking distance or strolling distance. Easy to get around if you don't mind hills. And lots of things to do. See, there was something for everybody in North Beach. We're gonna do a little driving around now. Now we are on Columbus, just past Kearney, and we are heading toward the Embarcadero. So we're heading toward the water. And the Bay Bridge. So you can see it's a pretty busy street. North Beach is now right in between Telegraph Hill and Russian Hill. So those 2 areas tend to get kind of bled in or overlap with a lot of North Beach. So coming up here on Mason, we are heading up toward North Beach from Bay Street, and you can see more architecture down here that was done more recently on Francisco. And then over on Chestnut, there are some developments that were built much more recently, kind of like late 90s, early 2000s. So not what I would say, quote, new construction by a lot of people's standards. But for San Francisco, yeah, I'd say it's, not too shabby. You can see those. This is a great depiction of some of these buildings over here on Francisco. And then it's sprinkled, of course, mixed in with more kind of earlier 1900s, earliest 20th century sort of architecture as well. Francisco Middle School here, coming up on Chestnut. You can see over there, some of these are kind of like newer condos and flats. I've sold over here at 530 Chestnut. It's a fantastic building, really great location because you're just a couple blocks from Piers, you're a couple blocks from North Beach. It's a really quiet street. It doesn't get a lot of cross traffic or tourists per se. And you get these, kind of cute little pop-up places. I mean, you get a sandwich and stuff at the corner store. And then if you head that way, you're heading over toward the marina. We're going to turn back on Mason. I want to show you, if you're looking for some kid-friendly options, this is one of the great bonuses is this playground and pool over here in North Beach. Took my kid here, actually on my birthday. It was super fun. It's a great public playground, and outdoor area. You can see Coit Tower off in the background. So we're looking at Telegraph Hill here. So while we're coming out of North Beach, we're looking at Telegraph Hill. You can just see how close everything is to each other. So it's very easy to go one block and be in a new neighborhood, and the next block and be back in North Beach, or, somewhere totally different. San Francisco is a great city. It's an amazing city in terms of size. It's truly not that big compared to somewhere like New York or Chicago. It's a little more on the petite side, but it is so compact. There's so much to do. And you can see here, like I mentioned, a lot of like Edwardian multi-family homes. So you've got a lot of condos, tenancy in common properties. Now, Telegraph Hill and Russian Hill do have some single family homes. They are definitely on the higher end of budget. The average cost of a condo, price per square foot for North Beach, is around $1,100 to $1,200 a square foot. So that means most condos in North Beach are upward of $1.5 million, especially if you want something that's 2 bedrooms or more. And in San Francisco, 2 bedrooms is expectation that I think a lot of people like to achieve. 3 and 4 bedrooms are much harder to come by, and tend to be up there more in price as well. So a lot of people are okay or more comfortable with a 2 bedroom, maybe with some bonus space, just because things in an area like North Beach, Telegraph Hill, Russian Hill are more on the pricier end. Now here we are coming up on Coit Tower. It'd be really fun to come check out the beautiful view. It's just one of the things I love about San Francisco. Is just look at like the greenery that we have just got sprinkled so much throughout the city. It's like there is no shortage of nature around here. So Coit Tower is a beautiful, iconic memorial to volunteer firefighters back in the 1920s. It has got several hundred stairs inside. I've got conflicting reviews of anywhere between about 230 to 400 stairs in Coit Tower. I haven't counted myself, but that'll be a fun challenge if you decide to go climb Coit Tower. Tell me how many stairs you have there. All right, so here I am right next to Coit Tower, up at the top lookout point, and behind me you are seeing the Golden Gate Bridge and the bay. It is gorgeous here, and it's such a great day for this. All right, so we've got over here in Telegraph Hill, just one of these side streets. I thought I'd show you the architecture, and then the beautiful view of Alcatraz from up there. So here is where the trolley runs in North Beach. You can hear it. You can hear the rails running. The tracks running. You hear the tracks running. That's what that noise is. And then this is kind of North Beach. This is right at the foot of heading up to Russian Hill. see lots of hills in and around North Beach. It's one of the hillier parts of San Francisco. Trattoria Contadina. That is actually somebody I used to go to church with this family growing up, so I know them very well, and they still own this beautiful, iconic restaurant. Amazing Italian food, kind of a fun, old school vibe. It's one of the smaller, more petite restaurants. It's very cute on the corner, great food. So I'm just going to put a little plug for them. Go check that out. It's definitely not one that a lot of tourists go to. It's off the beaten path a little bit up here on the corner of Mason and Union, and then heading on back here, coming up to Washington Square Park. We got one of these funny Waymo cars here. No driver, just the the camera, I guess, doing the bidding. Got lots of them in San Francisco. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys, in our fun North Beach tour. Again, I'm Andrea West. I am your realtor in the Bay Area. Whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, I got you. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to meet with you. You can also book a Zoom with me. I've got my QR code and my banner. I know Bay Area real estate from both sides of the bridge, and when we work together, your goals are my business. Till next time, guys.